Hey everyone, so I asked everybody to ask me questions on my Instagram and my Snapchat, and I told you guys that I would answer them. These are all questions about my pregnancy, and just so you know, I'm not gonna make you sit through this whole entire video. If you had one particular question, I'm going to write the questions in the description box, and I'm going to put the time next to it so you know exactly where you can go to if you just want the answer to one question. Because trust me, I don't want to hear nobody rambling on and on and on about something I don't care about, or I didn't ask about, or I didn't want to know about. So that's for you. I got your back. For anybody else who just wants to know about me and my pregnancy, just feel free to watch the whole thing, grab some popcorn, stay tuned. Okay, let's go through the video. And I got so many questions, so I don't want anybody to feel like I intentionally didn't answer their questions. I'm just gonna answer the ones the best I can. So
when you have your baby, are you gonna put her in modeling and like commercials and stuff?
I don't know yet. I have to see. I don't know, and it depends if my baby is cute. What if I don't have a cute baby? I don't know what type of modeling they're gonna do. I'll think about it. It's not out of the question. We're gonna see if my baby's cute enough to do any of that though.
What are you gonna name your daughter?
So a lot of people have asked me, what am I naming the baby? And I haven't told anybody yet, but I guess I'll tell you guys now. The baby's name is gonna be Nova. Nova, it is N-O-V-A. Another question I know that a lot of people want to know, and I haven't said it yet, is how many weeks am I? I am 28 weeks. I just made it to my 3rd trimester. Thank God, yay. I kind of feel like it's smooth sailing, kinda, I guess, when you get to your 3rd trimester, because the trimesters before are kind of nerve-wracking, because your 1st and 2nd trimester, like your 1st especially, like you know you're pregnant but you don't know what's really going on because you don't feel the baby, you don't really look pregnant, you know, that's kind of scary. And then your 2nd trimester, you start getting like little pudge but not really, and you get your first ultrasound, which if it's a really clear picture it's like okay cool, if it's not it's like oh, is that normal, what is it, you know, what's going on? And you can't really feel the baby yet. So your 3rd trimester, when you can actually feel the baby, it's like that constant satisfaction of knowing, okay, they're in there, they're alive, they're breathing, their heart must be beating because they're moving, you know? So I think the worry kind of lessens the further and further along that you get.
Do you know whether your baby is a boy or a girl?
My baby is a girl. I actually posted my gender reveal party not too long ago. I'll put it in the description box so you can go back and watch it. You might cry. I'm just telling you, you might get a little teary-eyed. If you go look at the comments, people are like, oh my gosh, I choked up, I teared up, I almost cried.
Hi, my name is Kia. I was wondering, do you work out during your pregnancy, and did you ever have morning sickness, or do you still have morning sickness?
Hey girlfriend. Do I work out during my pregnancy? No, I never work out. I never don't work out. It's so bad. Well, in the beginning stages of my pregnancy I was working out just because my stomach was smaller, but ever since my stomach got bigger I haven't had the motivation to work out. I know I should. I know it's really healthy for you and it's supposed to make for an easier delivery, but I haven't, honestly. And I forgot her other question. So I just looked down, I'm like, what else did she say? Oh, morning sickness. No. I, thank God, have not had morning sickness. Nah, bruh. Yay.
So I wanted to know if you had any like weird pregnancy cravings, and if so, what are they?
I definitely have had some pregnancy cravings. The type of things that I crave are Rocky Road ice cream. There was a period of like 2 weeks when I was really craving Cinnabons. Oh, I keep some cookie dough in my refrigerator. I don't eat it just raw because it's not healthy for you, but I throw some cookies in the oven probably every other night or whatever. And another craving that I've actually been having is pickles and Coca-Cola. But yeah, I've been craving pickles and Coke, so I actually have pickles and Coke in my refrigerator, and we're about to try this together. I got the pickles. I have the Coke. Oh my gosh, I've been wanting to try this for so long. I've been thinking about it for 2 months and I just couldn't like get myself to go to a store and go pick up pickles and Coca-Cola. Like it just wasn't happening. Pregnancy cravings, Chris. Oh, not bad. The Coke kind of rinses off and then it like saturates inside of the pickle. Okay, there you have it. Pickles and Coke. All right, next question.
Okay, so when I was pregnant with my son, I had heartburn all day, every day. Do you experience that?
I haven't experienced any heartburn. I don't even know what heartburn feels like, honestly, so I could have experienced it and didn't even know. But to my knowledge, I haven't had heartburn at all.
My question about your pregnancy is, who do you think the baby will look like, you or DC?
I mean, well, I've already done the 3D ultrasound. We just uploaded a video of our visit to the 3D ultrasound, so I'll put that in the description box so you can go and see it. When I saw the ultrasound, the 3D ultrasound, like the nose looked like DC's nose and the lips looked like his lips. Like she got some big old lips, but I don't know though because my lips are kind of big too, so we both have big lips, so I guess naturally she would. But and then the doctor said she has dimples and he has dimples and I don't have dimples, so I imagine that she's gonna look more like him. But who do I want her to look like? Oh, I don't really care. I don't care at all.
My question for you guys about the pregnancy is, have you guys designed and fixed up the nursery yet for your baby girl?
Not yet. Even though it's my first time being pregnant, you would think I'd be like, oh my gosh, I have to get the nursery together and I have to get this and all that. And I'm just not one of those people. I don't know what it is. I have nothing yet. I'm more like, okay, my baby shower's next month. Let me see what I get at the baby shower. Then we can figure out what we really need to buy because we're gonna have 2 baby showers. So I'm just like, let's just take it step by step. No nursery set up yet.
So, are you afraid after labor that your curtains down there will never be the same?
Like my curtains. Oh no, I'm not too nervous about it. I'll just have them stitch me up really good, hopefully. Make it right, get it back tight. I'm not too nervous about that. I am nervous about like maybe the first time having sex after I've had the baby, but I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But as of now, this is just totally not my concern.
Do you want to have a water birth? Do you want to give birth naturally? Or do you want a C-section? What do you want?
You sounded so sexual when you were saying that. Do I want a water birth or do I want to give birth naturally or do I want a C-section? I want to have a natural vaginal birth. I don't know if it's natural because I'd be getting an epidural. I don't mind getting an epidural. If I gotta get an epidural, I'm okay with it. I don't care. Give it to me. Give me the drugs. The way that everybody sounds when you're having a baby, like you got to get an epidural because it is no way you're going through it naturally. So I'll try to do it as natural for as long as possible, but if I get to a point to where I'm like, nah, give me the drugs, give me the drugs, give me the epidural, I'm gonna do epidural. If I have to have a C-section, if that's what it comes down to, if she's not coming out, if it's not working out, then I'll do a C-section. I'm okay with that too. Whatever it's gonna take to get my baby here the safest way possible. Just want my baby to get here safe. You know I'm hungry. I had to take a break in between shooting this. I ain't even stringing the cheese. I'm just biting it. And I hate just biting it. I'm just so hungry. I only been filming the thing for like 10 minutes. I'm just like, oh, I need a break.
You know when you're pregnant.
I think she said, how do I know when I'm pregnant? Or how do you know when you're pregnant? What happened to me is I missed my period. My period's usually in the beginning of the month. And I was like not really tripping because it's usually like the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, one of those days, and I still hadn't gotten it yet, and it was like the 8th or the 9th, so I was like, I'm not really too late, but I'm kind of late enough. And then one morning I went to go work out one of those days, and I actually had some blood come out like into my underwear, and I was like, oh, there goes my period, it started, cool, bam, that's it, whatever. But then later on in the day when I went to go change my sanitations, there was nothing on it. I was just like, that's weird, like just a little clip of blood, and then that was it. I was like, my period can't be that short. I mean, I wish, but that just was weird to me. I think that was my first indicator that I was pregnant. So that's what prompted me actually to go and get a pregnancy test. Women kind of know their bodies, so I knew something was going on with me. Any little changes going on, just go get a pregnancy test. They're only $1 at the dollar store. And believe those Dollar Tree pregnancy tests. Don't waste your dollar if you're not gonna believe it. Because when it tells you is true, it's very easy to detect the HCG hormone. So that's what I went to go do. I got a Dollar Tree one at first and I was like, nah, that can't be right. So it's positive, nah. I have to go buy a $20 one because this dollar one is clearly wrong. The $20 one said the same thing, and I'm so mad because I'm like, damn, can I get my money back?
I guess my real question to you is that, what made you, like, what was something that made you scared when you found out you was pregnant? Like, what was something that ran through your mind? Like, most people don't know that parents play a big part in your kid's life, and it scared me that I felt like I wasn't going to be able to give my daughter everything that she needed.
The thing that scared me the most when I first found out I was pregnant was probably the fact that, you know, I live in California, I live in LA, and DC lives in Atlanta, so we live across the country from each other. So that was a big part of something that like kind of worried me. Somebody's gonna have to get up and make a sacrifice. Like, I'm gonna have to move there, he's gonna have to move here, something's gonna have to happen because you want both parents to be in your baby's life. That's something that worried me. And then I think just naturally when you find out you're pregnant, nobody's ever really 100% ready. That's just my opinion, that's how I feel. You know, it's another person that you're bringing into the world, so you should be worried, you should be concerned, you should be excited. I think 1,000,001 things run through your head. You just want to be the best parent possible, and you want to be able to give your baby everything.
Is it hard to do daily activities with that big ass belly?
Why I gotta be a big ass belly? Damn, I do got a big belly. It's not super hard to do anything. Even though my stomach is getting bigger, I don't feel really big. So my hardest task is bending down and picking something up. I'm just like, I'll just leave that on the ground. Somebody else will pick that up. Bending down is just such a freaking hassle.
Do you ever want another baby?
Yes, I for sure want another baby. I want for sure a boy since I'm having a girl. And then after that, it doesn't matter. I just want as many little ones as possible. But I just for sure know I want a boy just so I can experience having a boy and a girl.
Sorry. I was wondering, what was your reaction when you found out it was a girl? During your pregnancy, do you feel your baby growing inside of you?
My reaction to finding out that it was a girl, you can see my reaction at my gender reveal party. I cried. I was shocked. I totally thought it was gonna be a boy because I feel like it's always the opposite of what you kind of really want it to be. What was the other question? I need to write the questions down. Oh yeah. She said during my pregnancy, do I feel my baby growing? I can't feel the baby growing, but I feel the baby kicking, and I feel her moving around. It feels like somersaults. Like, you just wonder, what the heck is this kid doing in this tiny little space? It's just such a beautiful feeling. I love to feel my baby kicking inside of me. That lets me know everything is going okay. She's in there, she's moving, she's alive, she's playing or whatever she's doing, beating me up, one of the two, I don't know.
How did it feel to know that you were about to be a mom?
I've always known I wanted to be a mom one day, but I just wasn't sure when that was gonna happen. But I knew for sure, like, I wanted to. You know, you just never know what God's plan is gonna be for you. So when I found out, I was just shocked. I was like, oh my gosh, we got a baby in me? It's crazy, you know?
One of your biggest fans, what age are you going to start actually disciplining?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I feel like whenever she realizes the right from wrong is when I'll start disciplining her. And I also thought about, like, am I gonna whoop her? Or, like, am I gonna spank her? And I just don't think that I will. I can't imagine myself, like, getting a belt out. Like, oh, your ass up. Yeah. Whoop. Like, how do people do that? Like, how do parents do that? I don't know. Like, kids are young. I feel like the best thing to do is give them one of these. but I don't imagine myself like taking a belt off. I don't even imagine myself having a belt on ever. My heart hurts. Like, it hurts me to think about having to do that.
Yo, babe, who did you first tell that you were pregnant?
The first person I told I was pregnant was one of my best friends, Brittany. The reason is because I was at her house when I did the pregnancy test, so I had nobody else to tell. Like, the cable guy was in the living room setting up her cable, and I was in her bathroom, and I'm like, Brittany, come to the bathroom, hurry up. Yeah, she was the first person I told, and she's probably like one of the best people to tell because she has such like a good spirit about her. Now I'm gonna answer some of your guys' questions on my Instagram video. Does she get on your nerves when you sleep? Because that happens to my sister a lot. And love y'all and congratulations. Oh, thank you, love you. When I'm sleeping, that's usually when I feel her the most, and I wouldn't say she gets on my nerves, no, but it's definitely keeps me up a little longer than I would like to be awake because, you know, we on her schedule. This is not my schedule, this is her schedule. So when she wants to go to sleep, she goes to sleep. And so at nighttime is when you feel, or when I feel the baby the most. I think it's just because I'm not moving around so much, and I'm actually paying attention to what's going on with my body. So I mean, doesn't get on my nerves at all, no, but keeps me awake longer than I usually would be awake, yeah. How are you keeping such clear skin? I'm pregnant too, and no matter what I do, can't get it as clear as yours. You know what? I think that ever since I've been pregnant, I've kind of got that pregnant glowy type of thing going on, which thank God. I know me and I know my skin, and I have super oily skin. I keep these on deck actually. These beauty tip, okay? These are like amazing. They are oil absorbing sheets. I keep them around because my skin gets so oily. Even being pregnant, it gets really oily. I just keep my skin clean. I wash my face every single night. I try not to sleep with my makeup on, and I also use SPF when I go outside, and I keep my skin moisturized at night. And then if I do have a pimple or something like that, I just use whatever like acne spot treatment I have, and I'll put it on the pimple before I go to sleep. Or you could use toothpaste too, but toothpaste on the pimple, that helps to dry out the pimple. Was you pregnant while filming Wildn Out? No, I wasn't pregnant when we were filming Wildn Out. We filmed Wildn Out in February, I think, and so I wasn't pregnant just yet. I was about to be pregnant, little did I know, but not while we were filming. I wasn't pregnant yet. Hey girl, have you considered a water birth? I haven't considered a water birth, and I probably won't consider it. I just, for my first baby at least, I just want to be at the doctor's office with all the medications and all of the doctors and nurses and everybody who knows what they're doing with all of the equipments there. But shout out to you if you've done it, or if somebody out there is gonna do it. That's cool. You know, I think it's really amazing to watch it happen. That's something that will probably have to happen on like third baby, after I'm like into it, like, all right, let's do something different this time around. Do you want sex more or less since you've been pregnant? I think that at certain times my sex drive has gone up and down. Like when I first got pregnant, all the way up until the second trimester, oh, I was wanting it all the time. Like, couldn't stop thinking about it. I get mad if I'm not getting it. Closer to the past like month and a half or so, when my stomach started getting bigger, I'm not really thinking about sex too often like that, just because my stomach is so big, and it kind of is a little uncomfortable to have sex with a big old belly. Like, it's not like it doesn't feel good, don't get me wrong, it feels amazing every time, but you have to alter your positions, and you know, I gotta put a pillow underneath my stomach depending on the position, and it's just like a lot of work that goes into making it happen. It's not like I don't want to have it any less, but I'm not thinking about it a lot as like I was in the first couple of months that I was pregnant. Did your boobs get a lot bigger? My boobs definitely have grown. They've gotten up at least, I think, about maybe 2 cup sizes or so. I can definitely tell a difference, and they look different in my clothes, and my nipples all have changed colors. They're not like pretty little pink nipples anymore. Now they're all dark and brown. No offense to anybody with brown nipples, like if that's your natural color of your nipples, but if your nipples go from like pink to dark as fuck, you know what I'm saying? It's just like weird. I mean, at the end of the day, it's God preparing your body to have a baby, so that's the most important thing. You know, I know everything will go back to how it was before, and if it doesn't, then that's cool too. Anyway, my boobs did get bigger though. How are you still slaying a life while you are pregnant? I think that in the past, women would wear like big old maternity clothes and try to like cover up their bump. I don't think that your bump is anything to be ashamed of. I wear the same kind of clothes that I was wearing before I got pregnant. You know, of course, like I'm not wearing crop tops or anything like that, but if I have a stretchy dress, I'm wearing that same stretchy dress. I'm wearing the same stretchy shirt that I wore before. I just make sure I'm comfortable, but you can still be cute and pregnant. You don't have to wear baggy clothes. And then I make an effort, because it's so easy when you're pregnant to just sit around and be lazy and not get up, not do your hair, not do your makeup, and just be super bummy all day. And that is so easy to do, and you have the perfect excuse to do that. But I make myself get up and get cute, get dressed up, throw on something cute, just to feel, you know, you feel better. And don't get me wrong, I definitely have my lazy days when I'm sitting at home eating my Rocky Road ice cream and you're not hearing or seeing none of Jackie at all. But I think it's important for your happiness to remain attractive to yourself, not really for anybody else, but make yourself feel safe. I had to do another break again because I got hungry again. You know the thing about me and bananas, I'm probably one of the few people who don't open up the bananas, like, you know how some people open them up like this? I don't do that. I open the banana up from the bottom and I pinch it, and then I go like that. Anyway, be right back. Do you use anything to prevent stretch marks on your stomach? I got a couple questions about stretch marks, so I do want to share the products that I use for my stomach. I don't know if people are just like predisposed to getting stretch marks because of their genetics, but I haven't gotten stretch marks yet, and so hopefully I don't. But these are the two things that I use on my stomach, morning and night, and I use them interchangeably. So this first one is called Dream Belly Butter, and I'll put a link in the description box below to where you can go and buy this. But when I looked online, it had such good reviews, like people were like raving about it, and I like it. It goes on really smooth. A lot of people were saying they love the way it smells. I don't really care either way towards the smell. It doesn't smell bad, it doesn't smell like amazing or anything like that, but I don't know. I haven't gotten stretch marks yet, and I've been using this. Another thing I use is the cocoa butter massage lotion for stretch marks. It's more convenient. I like to just pump it instead of this one. I have to take the lid off, I scoop my finger in it, get it all off my finger, and this one I can just pump it and put it on. So it's whatever I'm like in the mood to use. But I've been using these two interchangeably, and I'm gonna make sure I put the link to both of them below so you guys can see them or go purchase them if you're pregnant. But I haven't gotten any stretch marks yet, thank God. Apparently they're working pretty good, and no, neither of these companies paid me to tell you about that. They're just products that I like. Oh, another thing, this wasn't a question from anyone, but it's a question that I had when I first found out I was pregnant, and I wanted to know what were good pregnancy apps. The two apps that I use are, one is the What to Expect app. I just really like this app mainly for the community because it lets you get in groups of people. So it has like first time moms, whenever your due date is, you can join that group. I like that because everybody's kind of on the same page as you, and you guys all have similar questions. Like nobody really knows who you are, so you can be really open with your questions and not feel like embarrassed to ask certain things. And then the other app that I use is Pregnancy Plus. The thing I like about this particular app, I just like the layout of this app better than What to Expect. What to Expect seemed kind of like old, and this one seemed like more updated and new, and I like their daily vlogs that they have. And once again, neither of these apps are paying me to tell you about them. I just really like these apps. Is that, are you very emotional? Are you just being, or are you just being you? Why do you put so many U's? You might be young. Because when I was young, I used to write like that. I used to use Q's and G's and G's as Q. Anyway, I do get emotional actually. I definitely have my mood. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll look at the ultrasound picture and I'll just start crying because I'm just so happy. And you know, to feel your baby move inside of you is just such an amazing feeling. So that type of thing just moves me and it just makes me just happy, and I'll just cry like little tears of joy. And then sometimes I'll just be so irritated or frustrated about maybe something didn't go well in my day, or maybe I'm arguing with somebody or something like that, and I'll cry then too. And I'm not really much of a crier thing. Like if I'm mad, I'm gonna have attitude, not be crying about it. But it's really true, guys who don't think that your hormones play a big part. Oh no, your hormones are such a huge part of triggering your emotions. It just varies on the day, but I definitely do get emotional. Okay, this question is just funny, so I just want to answer it because it's funny. Do you sleep wild? Have you ever farted on public because of the baby? And when you are pregnant, how does it feel? Does it feel like there's a rock in your stomach? Okay, let me just answer those one by one. Do you sleep wild? Not really. I don't really feel like I can sleep wild because my body can only go like left or right. Like there's no sleeping on my face. So usually I sleep on my left or my right side, and that's it. Have you ever farted in public because of the baby? No, I don't think I have. It's such an odd question. I farted, no farting in public because of the baby. And when you're pregnant, how does it feel? Does it feel like there's a rock in your stomach? When you're pregnant, it's kind of an indescribable feeling of how the baby feels, like when she's kicking, when she's moving. Some people say it feels like butterflies in your stomach, but I'm like, no, not butterflies. It's nothing that's causing me to jump up out of my seat or anything like that. It's just something foreign in your body just moving around in there. I don't know how else to describe it. How many pounds have you gained so far? Are you watching what you eat? You look great, by the way. Thank you. So far I've gained, well, let me see. I was 137 pounds pre-pregnancy, and as of my last doctor's visit, I think I was 160 pounds. So I've gained about 23 pounds. That puts me right on track of where I should be at 28 weeks. I'm not sure. I don't focus too much on my weight. I don't focus too much on like the scale or anything like that. And I don't really focus on what I eat. I normally eat really, really healthy though. Like I was a vegan before, and then I was a vegetarian, and then I turned into a pescatarian. So I don't eat any pork or chicken or turkey or anything like that, but I do eat fish, and I just watch the amount of fish that I eat. And so if you think about it, I really only have like fruits and vegetables and string cheese and pickles with Coke to eat, you know. I pretty much eat good all the time. Have you thought about breastfeeding, and will you be doing it? Yeah, I've thought about breastfeeding, and I definitely want to breastfeed. I just know it gives your baby so many more nutrients than they'll get from the formula. So I don't know how long I'll do it for. We'll just see. I gotta play it by ear. This is my first pregnancy too, with a little girl. Congratulations. When did you start showing, and how was your morning sickness? Well, I didn't have any morning sickness, but I'll put a group of pictures together of what stage I was at each week. I kind of only took pictures between like, I think like 10 weeks and 20 weeks, just until I really started to show, because I was trying to see it in my head, like where I was at, you know, and I was thinking like I'm getting bigger, I really never was really getting bigger. Like I just look like a little petite girl who probably should work out her stomach a little bit more. I didn't start showing, I think, until about 20 to 22 weeks, somewhere around then. And I was so anxious to show. I think, like, you know, you just kind of want to show because I just look constantly bloated, and I'm like, I don't want to look bloated. If I'm gonna look bloated, I just want to look pregnant. Did you decide to wear your natural nails, which look great? Thanks. Because of your pregnancy. I did consider my nails in my pregnancy. I figure after I have the baby, I'm not going to be able to have really super long nails because it's just not going to be easy for me to deal with her, picking her up, changing her and all that with long nails. So yeah, I kind of did change them for the baby. Do you have very realistic and strange dreams? That's a great question because I feel like ever since I gotten pregnant, my dreams are so vivid and lifelike. I don't know what it is. I know it has something to do with the pregnancy and the hormones, and it makes your dreams more vivid. But yeah, I've definitely had some wild, crazy dreams. Are you scared of labor? Yes, I am actually really terrified of labor. Like, that is something I'm not looking forward to. Like, I'm looking forward to having my baby and seeing my baby, but the process of labor, oh my gosh, I'm actually pretty petrified. It just looks painful, it sounds painful. Even when I get like minor little cramps, I'm such a wimp. You know, I'm just like, I'm such a baby. So I just know I'm going to be going through it when I give labor. So yes, I am scared. Do you plan to save the placenta for medical benefits? I didn't plan on it. I don't know what all the medical benefits are. I know that you can like eat the placenta and it's supposed to be like crazy good brain food or whatever benefit it gives you, but I don't think I'll be keeping the placenta. If you kept the placenta, please, by all means, in my comments right below, let me know about it, because I don't imagine me keeping it. But if it does some like extra powerful shit, I might be down with the cause. Another question that has come up amongst me and my friends, not necessarily that was in my comments, I feel like a lot of girls, we get kind of nervous that we can't get pregnant. And if this isn't you, I'm not talking to you, but I know like a lot of my girlfriends, they feel like you've probably been sexually active for quite some time and you haven't gotten pregnant. And I think that is a totally normal feeling to have. I had the same feeling before I got pregnant because I was taking birth control for 10 years. So, you know, I've always constantly taken it and I've never gotten pregnant. Then again, I was taking my birth control pills, so why would I get pregnant? But I think it's natural to feel like that if you're taking the pill or if you do the patch or Mirena, or I don't know, there's like the shot, all these like different ways to prevent pregnancy. And so, I mean, try not to think about it too hard though. Like, I know it's hard to say, especially if you like want to be a mom, but it'll happen at the right time. And I would also say cut out drinking, or if you do any like recreational drugs or anything like that, I would say cut that out too, because it definitely affects your fertility. So if you're interested in like getting pregnant, don't just stop doing certain things that aren't healthy for you, you know? Start being a healthier person. And with me in particular, my pregnancy wasn't planned, but I stopped taking my birth control pills in January and I got pregnant in February. So that just goes to show you can be on birth control for X amount of time, 10 years, and literally the month you stop taking them, the next month you can get pregnant. Now this isn't typical for everybody, but there's stories of girls getting pregnant right after, and there's stories of girls that taking way longer to get pregnant. So I would just suggest that if you want to get pregnant, you know, just keep trying. You know, I didn't plan it. I wasn't trying to get pregnant or anything like that. I just stopped taking my birth control because I was taking another medicine too, and I was just trying to clear my body of all type of foreign chemicals, because I'm a really like natural type of person. So if there's like a natural form of birth control besides abstinence, I would do it. Yeah, just don't be discouraged and just make healthy lifestyle decisions if you want to get pregnant and you're worried about not getting pregnant. And you're not alone if you feel like, damn, I wonder if I can't get pregnant, because that's a feeling I feel like a lot of young women have, or older women, or whoever women. So I did my best to answer practically every single question, or things that I thought a lot of people would want to know about. Thank you so much for all the questions that you guys had. And also, if there's any questions that I left unanswered, if you write them down in the comment section below, I will definitely do my best to go through them and comment back.